Welcome to my channel. My name is Sam from the Beauty Unit Reseller, and I am a part-time reseller on eBay and Poshmark, and today I have another what sold video for the items that sold in the past week. This includes what the item was, what the buy price was, how much shipping and fees were, and then what the net profit was, as well as how long it took to sell, so that when you're out sourcing, you can look for the items that sold quickly and had a high net profit, good BOLO items. First up, we have a Lululemon fleece jacket. It's called the Fleecy Keen jacket. And when I saw this at my local Style Encore, I did think that it would be a really good item for the price that I was able to pay for it. I have another video which I will link to where I picked up a bunch of Lululemon items from Style Encore. They were doing an event, and I do like to source jackets primarily from Lululemon from my Style Encore. It's quick, it's easy to find, and the sell price is enough where I can make a decent profit. So this was one item that sold for a buyer had made an offer of $70 and they paid $7.45 in shipping. The cost of goods was $28, and then with shipping and fees it was $21.45. So my total profit on this was $28, and it took 22 days to sell. Next, I have a couple items from my recent eBay arbitrage haul. I sold a couple of blazers. I have a Theory Jonita K Parkdale blazer. It was gorgeous. It had silk in the content, and also Elizabeth and James wool blazer. And someone bundled these together. I sent an offer for $160 and free shipping. The cost of goods was $36.48, and with shipping and fees it was $39.45. So between the two, my total profit was $84.07. and they took 12 days to sell. I made a rookie mistake on this next one. I sold these Reebok sneakers, and what I didn't realize, I received an offer from a buyer on eBay, and I ended up accepting the offer because I've had these for a while and wasn't really getting much traction on them, so I wanted to get rid of them, but I didn't remember that I had free shipping on this item, so I ended up losing money on this. The offer was for $15 and there was free shipping. The cost of goods was $6, and with shipping and fees it was $10.55, so I actually ended up losing $1.55. Had I known that I included free shipping, I would not have accepted that offer. So that's a reminder to me to continue checking before accepting an offer what I put for shipping. The reason I did accept this offer was because they did take 234 days to sell. So while I did end up losing a little bit of money, I probably would have had to donate these at a certain point. So potentially this was a better option, and hopefully next time I have a scenario like this, I will remember to check. Next, I sold this Ralph Lauren checked shirt, and this sold pretty quickly because it was a size 1X. I find that my plus size items sell really quickly and for really great prices, so that is something that I'm going to continue to pick up, is plus size items. I sold this shirt for $24.99 and the buyer paid $5 in shipping on eBay. The cost of goods on this one was only $1 because it was purchased from the Style Encore dollar clearance sale. And with shipping and fees, it was $9.34. So my total profit on this was $19.65, which is really great for a shirt. I do make less profit on tops than I do for some of the more substantial pieces. And it only took 19 days to sell. Next piece from the eBay arbitrage haul. A buyer had made an offer on this Legence military style shirt dress, and they had offered $85, and I ended up accepting that, though again I forgot that I had free shipping on this item on eBay, so the profit was not as high as I was hoping for. The buyer paid $85 with free shipping. The cost of goods on this one was $35.99, and with shipping and fees it was $14.76. So the total profit was still good. It was $34.25, but I do wish that I held out for or made a counter offer at least for a better price. But it did take 11 days total to sell, and actually it took me a little bit to get this listed, so after listing it only took a day. So I really should have waited for a better offer or made a counter offer to see if I could get a better price. Next we have a Reformation Fulton floral dress, and I actually thought this would take a little bit to sell because it was a very small size, but a buyer ended up making an offer of $170 on Poshmark and paid $7.45 in shipping. The cost of goods was $60, and with shipping and fees it was $41.45. So my total profit on this was $76, and it took 21 days to sell. From my liquidation palette of Free People items, I sold another pair of the Harem pants, and this was actually a sale that my Posher VA had sent out an offer, and the buyer did accept. So the purchase price was $40, and I have free shipping on this item, so it was free shipping. The cost of goods was $14.63, and with shipping and fees it was $15.45. So my total profit was $9.92, and overall I do think that this is a pretty low profit per item. However, because it was a liquidation palette with multiples of the same style and size, over time that's really going to add up for a lot less work than having to list individual items of all different brands and sizes. So though it's a smaller profit per item, I'm happy with the overall that I will be making from that liquidation haul. This pair in particular took 45 days to sell. Next up I have a Sezane dress. And this dress was absolutely gorgeous. It was so hard for me to sell this and not just keep it for myself. And I ended up accepting an offer from a buyer because I had it in my closet for quite a while without making a sale. And it was a higher cost of goods. So I really want to not hold on to items that I receive offers on where I know it's going to be profitable. So I ended up accepting the offer for $100, and the buyer paid $7.45 in shipping. The cost of goods was a bit higher. It was $65, and with shipping and fees it was $27.45. So my total profit on this one was $15, and it ended up taking 71 days to sell. If I hadn't accepted the offer, I probably could have held out and got a slightly higher sale price, but it really wouldn't have been much more. The Posher VA offer, I believe, was for $112 and with discounted shipping. So though I probably could have gotten a little bit more if I held out, the price justification didn't make sense. So I was happy to accept that offer. We have another item from the Style Encore $1 clearance items. I sold this Miss Look top, and it was also in a larger plus size. And this ended up selling on eBay. I received an offer for $14, and I had included free shipping on this item. And so the cost of goods was $1, and with shipping and fees it was $5.97. So my total profit was, again, a little bit lower, but it is just a top. So it was $7.03, but it only took 17 days to sell. Next up, we have a Wes Welker Patriots jersey, and I did think this would take a little bit of time to sell because the player is not on the team anymore and is retired, so it's not a highly sought after name. But it did end up selling. A buyer made an offer for $18.99, and they paid $5 in shipping. The cost of goods was $1.32, and with shipping and fees it was $8.20. So the total profit was $14.47, and it took 93 days to sell. Right before I went to return some of the items from the yellow tag clearance sale for TJ Maxx, I had a couple items that I was going to return, and I ended up deciding to keep them just because they were getting a little bit of activity. And one of those items was this skull cashmere set. And I'm so glad that I did end up keeping it because it sold the next day. And it sold on Poshmark. A buyer had made an offer of $189 and paid $745 in shipping. I accepted that offer. The cost of goods between the two pieces was a bit higher. It was $103, and with shipping and fees it was $45.25. But I ended up profiting $48.20 between the two items in the set, and it took 31 days to sell. Another item from the Style Encore $1 clearance. I'm really loving the items that I picked up from that. I sold these AG polka dot jeans, Adriana Goldschmied, and the buyer had made an offer of $30, which I accepted. They paid shipping, which was $745. The cost of goods was $1, and with shipping and fees it was $13.45. So my total profit on that was $23, and it took 16 days to sell. An exciting sale here. I sold this Eskandar linen long sleeve shirt, which seems like a very basic piece, but this brand is highly sought after. They are kind of that Lagan look style, the layering, and they use high quality materials. So this is definitely a brand that I'm going to continue to pick up and look for when I'm sourcing. This sold on Poshmark. A buyer had made an offer of $75 and paid $745 in shipping. The cost of goods was $23.75, and with shipping and fees it was $22.45. So my total profit was $36.25, and it took 1 day to sell, which was really exciting. Next item I have is a Singer monogrammer. And I do like to pick up sewing equipment, especially if it is kind of vintage, because there is definitely a market out there. People become loyal to a certain brand or a certain sewing machine, and so if they need parts, that's what they will look for rather than buying a new system. And the monogrammer was a standalone piece, but it is the Singer brand name, which is very popular for sewing. This sold for an offer of $19.99, and the buyer paid $16.10 in shipping. The cost of goods was $2, and with shipping and fees it was $18.58. So my total profit on this was $15.51, and it took 134 days to sell. From the TJ Maxx Yellow Tag clearance event, I sold this House of Harlow dress. And I was actually surprised to see that this sold on eBay. I did think that this was an item that would be more likely to sell on Poshmark. It sold for $49.99, and the buyer paid $5 in shipping. The cost of goods was $10, and with shipping and fees it was $13.74. So the total profit on this was $31.25, and it took 29 days to sell. With wedding season upon us, I sold these Nina heels, and I know Nina is a brand that is often sold where formal event attire is sold, and these were in really great condition, and I did end up receiving positive feedback on this as well. The buyer paid $19.99 and $12.65 in shipping. The cost of goods was $3.99, and with shipping and fees it was $15.32. So my total profit on this was $13.33, and it did take 226 days to sell. I ended up missing the wedding season last year, so it makes sense that it did take a little bit longer to sell, but I will definitely continue to pick up formal heels for kind of wedding season as well as kind of different events for the summer. I've had really good results selling J. Jill, so I, again from that $1 clearance from Style Encore, had this pair of kick flare jeans from J. Jill. And again, my Posher VA had sent out an offer, and the buyer did accept. It was $22 with $4.99 shipping. The cost of goods was $1, and with shipping and fees it was $11.85. So my total profit was $14.14, and it took 15 days to sell. That's everything that sold in the last week. mostly clothes. And I would love to hear in the comments below what you've been selling lately. What have you been looking for when you've been sourcing? If you like this video, I would love it if you could give it a thumbs up and let me know to continue creating videos like this. And if you're new, I would love it if you could subscribe. I am trying to grow my channel in 2022. That is my New Year's resolution, so I would be super appreciative if you could help me out, and I will catch you on the next one.